Yay! Hello, my friends. It's me, KP. I'm here in my studio, The Moon and the Maker, home of Art Foamies, and I'm here for ArtFoamies Fun Friday. And it is a fun Friday because we're here for a special, well, it's always special, but it's another special pop up from a friend that I met many moons ago. And we have been trying to get this together for some time. And so I'm so excited to introduce to you Spot Girl Design and Pellegrino. I hope that you have all had a chance to go and check out her Instagram and her website. The story is that I met her in St. Louis in 2019. I believe it was 2019 at a Mary Englebright event. And so that was really exciting, I know, for both of us. And it was something that I had been wanting to do for a long time, go to Mary Englebright's studio. And we met there, had a weekend really of a lot of fun, and had kind of kept in touch ever since. And I've really been wanting to do her art for me. So super excited about this. And let me say hello to all my friends. And welcome you to ArtFoamies Fun Friday. Rini is here. You get the gold star. Woohoo! Brianna, Ginger, Kristen, Megan, Sharon, Christina, Krabby Abby, Annalie, Dana, Jack, and friends. Lisa is here. Nice to have you. Pamela, Catherine, Christy. Oh, like I'm probably repeating. Yes, I'm just going down the list. And if you chatted more than once, I'm just saying your name again. Patty, Linda, Patty again, Patty McFarlane. Susan, Kristen, Bev Gwyn Jones, Lydia, Evelyn, and Holly so far. Thank you all for coming. And let's just turn this camera around and we're going to talk. I know that Anne said she's going to come on here, but we do have a time difference. So hopefully, I messed up with Seth the other day. I was supposed to have a meeting with Seth, and I messed up because our time difference, and it was completely my fault. So I don't know. Anne said she's going to pop on to Art Foamy Fun, so I hope that she'll be here so we can chat with her a little bit. But I'm going to turn this camera around and introduce to you Spot Girl Design and Pellegrino's Art Foamy collection, okay? And remember, this is a pop-up. She is not a permanent artist with us. So it will only be in the shop for a month. We are going to run it through the end of July, okay? So here, I am just going to share with you some things I've stamped out, okay? And then we, of course, will have a little makey, and I'm going to stamp or share all the stamped images with you as well, okay? So Anne actually just has, it's a total of 5 sets, okay? Let me get back in here to Art Foamies so I can look at them and talk to you about them in an informed way. Hold on, I got to get on Art Foamies here. You'd think it would be a little easier to get onto my own shop. There we go. Yes, okay, so there are 5 sets from Spot Girl. Okay, and let me pull those out first and just show them to you. First, we do have, and I don't have this one stamped out in its entirety yet, so I'll be doing that with and for you. This is called Balance Block Bits. It's a set of 12, and again, it's in. It comes with the background, okay, which I know that many of you have some sets like this, so keep in mind this is also a useful piece, okay? Not only does it help keep them, sort of together, but you can use it as a positive negative set. You can use this. This is wonderful on a gel plate, sort of as a stencil. So don't throw, I know a lot of people got like Art Foamy poetry sets, or certain sets that come like this, and they end up throwing away the outside. Maybe don't do that, because you never know when you might want to get a little makey with this piece. Okay, so it's 12 bits of and they're called Balance Block Bits, and really they are just cute graphic sort of images. You have some clouds, some circles, sort of stars, Okay, almost like Lucky Charms. A little flower, another star, a triangle, and these, we've done some things with small bits like this, and they are very handy. These solids really, this is sort of like a little niche shape, which I love. I'm going to scroll down and see if anybody has jumped on here. Oh, let's see. Yes, I do mean the end of August, Linda. I'm so sorry. I keep doing that over and over. Yes, the end of August. I don't, I'm looking at the word on the screen, July. So yes, they will go through the end of August. Okay, thank you for catching that. So, a little over a month. Normally we just keep them in the shop for a month, but since we're launching at this sort of funny time, we're just keep them till August 30th. Okay. Anna Lee, thank you. Yes, I did it before too. Yes, you remember. D. Ray, Terry Moore, welcome. Okay, so again, that's called balance block bits, and I will be showing you some little samples that I've done using these, and then we will stamp this together. Okay, I will tell you that the actual outside piece, okay, is about 8 inches by about 4.5, and then all the little pieces are, around 1.5, 2 inches. Okay. The next set, okay, is called Balance Block Positive and Negative, and it is so cool. I do have some things I've done with it, but I'm just going to share this with you to show you the graphic. Okay. So this is, and it is similar in a way, to that little sort of printmaking set that we did with Julie, only it's 2 pieces, not 4. But, in the way that it fits together, and this little outside piece is sort of ambiguous, okay? Like it's a very loose piece, right? That really seems like it only makes sense with this. However, it's really cool just on its own, and I'll be sharing that with you as well. So that's the positive and negative together. Okay, so show you that a couple different ways also later in the program. And it does, it is card size about 4 by 6-ish, okay? And again, you get the 2 pieces. The next sets are her birdies, and they are absolutely delightful. I'm going to pull them out as I have them stamped here. Okay, so it is a set, like this is set number 1, set number 2, and set number 3. Okay, and that comes with a little heart. You can see it up there. So I do have a bunch of them done up, and it is a separate, so you have the little bird, which is so cute just on its own, and then you also have the 4 pieces. So these are sets of 5. Okay, so this is set number 1, and you can differentiate. So like set number 1, if you forget which goes with which, this shape of the body, okay, is the 4 little shapes that go with it. Okay, what's fun about this is that you can make it into a wing, but you can also make it into a little tiny baby bird. Okay, or you don't have to use it at all. Okay, you can use them different ways. I mean, these are great just on their own. Great for like a fun background. Great for scalloped edges, right? So you don't have to use them with the bird if you don't want to make a wing, right? Then set number 2, and then here is the little, this is this birdie here, and again, I'll pull this out. You can see the 5 pieces here. So tweet. And then set number 2, and again, you're going to differentiate because of that body shape. Okay, this body shape is a teardrop, so you have all the teardrop pieces. Yes, flower petals, Rini, definitely. Wendy, welcome. I hope I did not miss saying hello to anybody. Karina, welcome. Yes, flowers, such a cute idea. So set number 2, you have this bird, and it has the more half circle shape, and so you have 4 half circles that again can be used you know, to create a center for a flower. Wouldn't that be cute? Or little cups, little stacking things. I don't know, whatever you want. But again, they can also be used as wings. They can also be used as baby birds. Okay. And then set number 5 is a little bit different. This has a wonky, and I do have a couple birds stamped out here. Let me pull these out. Where did I put all my other little birds I had stamped? Oh, here's the wonky bird. Okay, and I did put one of the little teardrop shape wings on him. These two are just plain. Here's that first bird set, okay, and then using the heart as the little tail. Isn't that so cute? So again, you may want the wings going up, you may want them going down, you may not want them at all, right? Same here. That's so cute. So anyway, the wonky bird though, set number 3, comes with 4 different pieces. And these are really, you can definitely make your own birds out of these, which is super cute. But you can also use these as little thought balloons and bubbles. So that is really such a clever idea from Anne. If you look at her samples and things that she's done on her Instagram, so cute. And then again, the little heart, which is fantastic as a wing, super cute as a tail, or again, just as an additional, you know, stamp for the heart shape of it. Right? It is so cute. And you know what I love about it is cute, but not like overly like saccharine cute, and the fact that you have so many mix and match opportunities. I also really do love the size. Okay, so I do want to share with you. So here I have a couple little examples that I did. And I did use, if you can just check this out, I did make little magnets. Okay, I made some little magnets, again, using the wing separate. So if I don't want it, that's great. Or if I want it to go up, I'm going to cover that little hole. You can go up like that. And then I have my little thought, or my little word bubble. And then of course on the back of this is the number for tonight's number game. Don't start without me though. Yes, it's Spot Girl Design. Okay, so make sure that you follow Spot Girl Design. We did share it also in our newsletter. Oh, it did. Oh, good, it did do it. Okay, and then also her Instagram is Spot Girl Design also. Okay. So anyway, what I did use, and I have some here, is just a little bit of this magnetic sheeting, okay? And I just took a couple, just show you how fast and easy it is to make such a cute little, and you know what? This time I'm going to do it out of our, I even stamped one already, but of course now I don't have it here. So, oh, there it is. Okay. Remember the other week when we used our packing tape, our gummed paper tape, right? So here I just want to do one using this. Okay. So I will get another little piece to stamp out. Oh, let's do a different wing. What wing should I do? I'll do this wing. A little bit of, I'm going to use white gesso. I like that look. It's just so clean and, you know, kind of little cottagey, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's not the right word, but it's just a nice look. And it is one that Joni Hallmark likes to use. The craft paper and the white paint just looks so nice. Hi, Bobby. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, you want to go, it's right on the front page of ArtFoamies website. And you just need to, if you go to artfoamies.com, oh, never mind. Mr. Moon's telling you how to do it. Or telling you what to do. Thank you, Bobby. Hi, Joy. Welcome. Okay, so here I just have this on my gummed paper tape. Again, like we did last week when we did Bev Gwyn Jones Art Foamies. And I hope you all got your Bev Gwyn Jones spotlight stamps. Those also will be in the shop for a month. I'm not going to say what month it ends because I always get it wrong. Oh, and you know what? I am so silly. I'm sorry. Never mind. I'm not going to do this because I should have stuck it on before I cut it out. Okay. So let me do a different one. I'm going to have to do it one more time. Sorry about that. I wasn't thinking and I was just too busy talking. So let me go ahead and do that once more. I'll use the other one for something else. I do have a little card I made just with that same technique. So fast, so easy. Put a cute little word or greeting here and you have the fastest, card ever, right? I'm not saying that you necessarily want the fastest card ever, but sometimes it's nice. And I admit, sometimes I need a fast card, okay? Because I'll tell you a little thing about me is that, yes, in a pear tree would be so cute. Patty Jo McFarlane says they would be such cute Christmas cards. And then Bobby says in a pear tree, which would be so, so cute, right? Anyway, I'll tell you a little secret about me. I don't pre-make a lot of cards. And so a lot of times when I need to send somebody something, I am scrambling to make I'll end up being like, oh, I haven't mailed that yet because I need to make them a card. And then I put it off because I don't have time. So this is perfect for me. All right. So I am going to just, this again is magnetic sheeting, right? You can get it at most craft stores or online where you buy your craft stuff. So just pop that right on there. That is sticky back, by the way. And I don't think I had enough room, so that's why I'm doing it this way. Right, because I don't want to waste, right? So but it's better if you cut it out after you get it together, because if I put it on like this, it makes it too hard, to fussy cut up right up to the line, okay? So that was my bad. Sherry, welcome. And also, I will say, if you want to make like magnets that are maybe a little more, what's the word, durable, then you would want to definitely coat this with something, or maybe even have put a laminate, like a cold laminate sheet over the top or something like that. Okay. So again, I can just show you here, I have another little magnet set. And that is so cute, right? Well, what are you going to say? No, it's not cute, but it is cute. Anyway, all right. So that is her bird sets, which are, again, so darling. And I am going to share with you, too, a little book I made. I made this. It really worked out great because I made this little accordion book ages ago, and it was just blank. So I said, oh my God, like a while ago when I was first making up some of the little samples, right? And playing with these, because another thing that's super fun to do is just get your watercolor paper and just mush your watercolors all over it, okay? Just play, make a real abstract, as you can see, like this, right? And then just stamp your pieces over it, and then this is what you get. right? So that's how you get these fun sort of like that. Anyway, so I had this book and it was just sitting there blank, just waiting for Spot Girl's images. Okay, so I'm going to just share with you how I use it. And I want you to note it's very subtle, but like the little star asterisk or the little flower, the little cloud that is all stamped over. The backgrounds are all those just abstracty watercolors, okay? That I just did a big sheet and I cut it all up and I mounted it right into my accordion. Okay, we can also just flip them like little pages. Anyway, and then here's the back, and you could see where I did use her positive and negative again. That is so, I'm going to stamp that for you because you just have to see it done. It's really fun. This one is done just by stamping black on the outline and then stamping rainbow ink on the inside. This one is done by stamping black gesso and then stamping watercolor on the inside. Okay, so, play with your mediums, play with your positive, negative, because it would be also fun to stamp the outline in like a rainbow and then stamp the inside in a solid. So anyway, the back, this is where you can really see how each page was before I added on to them. Okay, so now I still have all the back pages if I want to, add more imagery, more birds. I think some of her little balance block bits will be so cute inside there, or stamped on there. Then I'm going to show you that. Okay. So first of all, before we do anything else much, a couple other things I'm going to share with you real fast before I move this out of the way. Let me just move all this out of the way. But don't let me lose this because this is for our numbers game. Okay. This is a fun thing to do too. Stamp out all of those solids, okay? And you have different, and then you can just cut them out whenever you need a thought bubble or a word bubble. Or again, like I said, if you wanted to make your own little birds, it would be, some of these will be so cute. Let's just show you this one here. So that's what I did. I had stamped them all out and then I used them in different spots in my book. Okay, but like this one here, I think would be so cute. Let's cut this off. Orange. One of my ink foamies here. Oh, Lydia, you're so funny. Well, I'm happy to share my ideas, and I thank you for wanting to even hear them. Just using that little, this is one of her little bits in her balance block bits, and then just whatever little pen or marker, maybe you want to use your paint pens, or maybe you just want to grab a little uni pen. I'll just give it a little. So you can make your own little birds, right? So stuff like that, and which is why I love to have them all stamped out and sort of ready to go. All right. The next thing I do want to do though is I do want to share this with you, and I'm going to show you this. This is something that I kind of learned the hard way. When you have a set like this, if you squeeze it pretty good, you should be able to pick it up and not lose pieces out of it. Okay, it's not always foolproof, but I do want to share with you that a lot of times if I have sets like this, I'll just squeeze it to pick it up and most of it stays intact. Okay, anyway, here I have my Dexie, okay, because I haven't done my commemorative Dexie yet. And I think I am going to go ahead and stamp it in black gesso, okay? And the reason I want to stamp it in black is because I want a nice dark, and I'm going to use gesso so that I get the nice dark opacity, and so that it dries matte, okay? So my black gesso on my scrap buddy here. Carmen Jones, welcome. Now I do want to tell you that you can stamp, like you could do something like this, especially if you did this with ink. If you did this with ink and it would stay wet, okay, then you could actually ink each one of these up and slip them right back in, and you could stamp this as one piece. If, you know, I've done it before, and it is kind of cool because it does leave little white, like, outlines around your, around your imagery. All right, so I'm going to now take my 5x8 Rolodex card, some watercolor paper. I did get it a little offset. It's not get, I'm going to have a little border there. That's okay. I do want to also mention that these do work fantastic with a gel plate, okay? So I'm a little offset. That's okay. I'm hoping that I get a nice, dark, crisp image is my hope, okay? And I will say I am using cold press paper, so it is a little textury. That's okay. It still looks good. I am going to also, I'm going to spritz this, and I'm going to put some, I don't want my gesso to dry crusty on here, so I am spraying it with a little water, and I'm going to cover it with some baby wipes so that I can take it to the sink when I'm done. Sue, welcome. Thanks for coming. We are having a pop-up shop from Spot Girl Design and Pellegrino, and so I'm just showing her set that is called Balance Block Bits. Okay, so now, of course, each one of these would fit so cute. If I want to stamp these, I might like to stamp them in a really light pale ink or something like that, so that I can do little journal spots maybe over the top. One of the reasons I wanted it to be so dark black was so that I could do maybe some writing or some doodling over the top of the black. I don't really like a lot of my bald spots, I won't lie, so I will probably go in with especially because this is for my Rolodex, my artsy dexy collectsy. So I will go in probably with a little extra gesso, maybe a little water on there, and try to just get it a little darker. This is why, I think if I would have used maybe hot press paper or mixed media paper, I would have gotten a darker image. But I don't really mind doing stuff like this. This is part of, you know, the fun for me. So if I have to go back over and smush it a little bit, that's perfectly okay. Lots of times, if it's something, you know, a little bit easier, I may even go back and try to overstamp, but I think I got a pretty good image, so I don't want to really mess with that. All right, so I'm, you know, if I'm doing this alone in my studio, it might take a little more time, get it even a little more solid. Also, I want you to note I did a pretty nice job of stamping to where that top edge did not get any of the gesso, and that's kind of fun because then I could, you know, doodle or write or something in there. Um, and so now I just have to decide, do I want to use watercolor? Do I want to use ink? Um, you know, what kind of card am I going to be making? You know, am I going to be writing over the top? I think I'm going to just use a little bit of inks and stamp right in there. So just gonna. So cute, and it really, again, you have that little offset, you know, edge of white, so it kind of makes it pop. That's fun. Pretty soon I'm gonna have all my colors out. Wasn't what I was going for, but never can seem to help it. Does anybody else have a problem knowing where to keep their baby wipes? My baby wipes are always, for some reason, I don't know why, but they're always in my way. So again, just some of these little bits, I also want to, you know, show you where you may have used them very lightly. There's some of the little raindrops, little arch. If you just overstamp in a pale ink, or you know, even in a more translucent ink, then a lot of your underlayers are showing through. There's the heart again. Oh, some of the stars. You know, so very subtle, but super useful. You know. Again, there's the little flower and the other cloud. So fun. Some of my inks are, I need to ink them, so they're a little pale, but let me put some more blue on here. Do some of those clouds. And Pellegrino is in the house. Spot Girl's here. Yay. Oh my goodness. Thanks so much for coming, Anne. It's nice to see you. It's been quite a many moons since last we actually saw each other. I was telling everybody how we met and how long we have kind of talked about, doing a little collaboration together. So happy that we finally made it happen. And I love, love, love your art foamies. I hope you have been having fun with them too. And I hope everybody is coming over to see what Anne Pellegrino at Spot Girl Design is all about. Although I'm sure that, many art foamy aficionados have already been following you. Ooh, let's see. Lydia says, I keep my pack nearby, but I use old prescription bottles to keep a few sheets on the table. They stay juicy. Let's see. Yay. Just trying to go back and read those comments. Sorry, Estrella, welcome. Nice to have you here. Um, Linda Weber, I hope I didn't miss saying hello to anybody. I really thank you for coming here for ArtFoamies Fun. And, of course, as always, supporting all of our spotlight and pop-up artists. It means so much, to all of us. So it's a little dry. Yes. Well, so Anne is an amazing illustrator, um, and just I do have to say that receiving your images, Anne, was so nice. I have to tell everybody she sent her images like so fantastic. I didn't really have any much work to do at all. So it was so nice. Put a little yellow there, and I could do the same, put a little blue if I wanted to, still make it a little more rainbowy, whatever. I just want to get the rest of these filled in, so let's do that. Should have a little blue on there too. That's okay. I'm gonna get the raindrops with the blue. So again, if you wanted to stamp all this at once, you definitely could. It would just take a little more preparation, and that would mean that you would want to ink up your entire frame, okay, first, making sure that it did not dry out. Get all these ready, put them in, and then you could stamp it at once. But it's a little tricky, I won't lie. Danette, welcome. Yes, it is. It's a hot one. I'm not going to lie to you. It's a toasty day here. Again, really kind of like that offset because I love the bright white highlight. Well, I just made those the same color, which I wasn't trying to do, but it's okay. So then, what I would love to do, and again, this is my Dexy for my personal collection. I would take probably, oh goodness, because they don't call it mixed media for nothing. I'll go ahead and get my white paint pen. I think it would be even kind of cool. You could do some either outlining, or some doodles around. This is one thing I love about the black, why I like doing the black opaque background is so that I can do things like this, right? And so I'm just doodling, just do what you want to do. I might even go back in. Well, I'll just show you, okay? Because this is something that I think is really just enjoyable. It kind of helps you to, one thing that I love about ArtFoamies, no matter whose they are, is making them your own. So I really find this to be an enjoyable process and something that, again, is just what I call getting makey, right? So here too, I might go back in with my black marker. I do think I would like to write something at the top, or you could do something fun like a checker border, whatever. But I am going to put the date, so like Friday. So this will go in my Rolodexy Colexy. And then I may like to do other fun stuff inside, possibly even, oh gosh, I don't know. Like for some reason, I want to put a happy face here. Okay, so I'll do that. Maybe I want to, I don't know why, but I thought here I might like to put a few stripes going across and maybe write some words or do a little journal spot there. Maybe here, and I may go back in with another, like some blue. I still think I want to. Actually, I'm going to, because I think that will look cuter. And you sometimes like to do little details on things just because it's fun and just because it's, for you. Or maybe it's for a gift and you just want to make it look cuter. See, doesn't it make a difference? Anyway, I do also, lots of times I will do like white outlines on the outside and then black outlines on the inside. So something like this. Okay, now because I did it on a couple, I kind of want to do it on all of them. So I'm going to go ahead and anyway, and again, not that you know, have to do that, but I wanted that unity and variety. And then I may go back in. I don't have to use necessarily um, my paint marker, okay, but I might want to use my white jelly pen if I want to do some writing on here, because I may go back. I do like to add words, or just, little thoughts about what's going on. So I may go back in and doodle some of that. But that is my Dexy to, to, oh, I can't think of the word now, but, what do I always say? My brain is frying in here. It's to commemorate the day. There we go. All right, I'm going to do a heart right here. And then, of course, I will do the back, and I'll probably do the back with this guy. Let's go ahead and do the back with this guy so that you can see the positive and negative on this too, okay? Turn it this way. Just going to do it. I think I'm just going to do this one with the little black ink. Yeah, I'm just going to use black ink for that. So, Anne, since you're here, would you answer questions if anybody has questions for you? How long have you been doing illustration and design? Because you did go to school, right? Because you are so good at what you do. I mean, I like the way I use a computer. I can get around, but I'm still sort of not the best. But you seem very proficient. All right, so I'm going to load this up. Lydia Leonard, she says she envies my steady hand. If I always said I should have been a plastic surgeon. I probably would have been I do have a very steady hand, and I probably would have made a lot more money as a plastic surgeon than as a manicurist. Yes. Okay. So Anne says her background is in graphic design, which definitely shows. You are a consummate professional. Getting your submissions was absolutely just, amazing. So I really appreciate that. Not, I can do it. It's not putting anybody down who can't do it that way. It's just, oops, I missed a little of that edge. So I am going to go ahead. Oops. Darn it. Hold on, give me a second. Now I'm putting gesso on my ink stamp because I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. You all know that. So this one should be pretty easy to line up, okay? And I'm just gonna There. I got a little touch there, but it's okay. So you can kind of see how cool that is even just by itself. Even though when you look at the stamp, okay, it does not look, you're like, what the heck is that? But when you stamp it, you know, enough of the bold outlines pop out to where you can have so much fun in that open space. Okay, if you want to do, excuse me, what I just shared with you and doodle in there with your markers, or just what, you know, just go crazy with your watercolors, that is so fun too. Here you can see, now again, this is with ink. Okay, this is with my Scrap Buddy, and I just did like, or maybe like a rainbow pad on my ink foamy or on my Scrap Buddy, and I just got a very nice gradient. Okay, that's with ink, and this is on smooth paper. However, this is on watercolor paper, and you can see here, this is the solid. Okay, I have used watercolor on here, and I did use my watercolor sticks. Okay, however, it's gonna, you know, it's gonna be way more loose. It's not gonna be as nice and gradient and just you know, smooth as that. Okay, but this is how I'm going to do it because I'm on watercolor paper and I already have some colors on here. I'm going to take my spritzer. Ooh, yes, Bev says I see the word love across the center. Are you talking about this? That would be so, and especially if you have some of those chunky bubble letters, right? Yes, and Anne says the outline shape is so cool for gel plate printing. And yes, these also, Anna, I don't know if you tried this yet, but I do think that if you take this, okay, this that we just stamped, and use this on the gel plate, that will also be so awesome. Anyway, I'm going to spritz this with a little water, okay? So, Anne, did you just start kind of getting back into it, you know, like mixed media and stuff, around the time that we went to the Mary Englebright event? Well, actually, it wasn't a Mary Englebright event. It was a different event with other people, but it was at Mary Englebright's studio, which was really great, like so fun to get to see that. Because, you know, I grew up in I don't know why I'm saying that. I did not grow up in St. Louis, but I lived in St. Louis for many years, from the time I was about 27, and I lived there for like 20 years, I think, about. So, you know, I'd followed Mary for a long time, and always you know, I'd been a fan when I was young and stuff, and I always wanted to see her studio. So it was a really fun, great opportunity. And it was a really fun class. I have to say that I don't know how many people followed me back then, but, you know, it was kind of something we really had to think about, because I went with another friend of mine, and we really thought long and hard about the cost of it for the, you know, for the makey, if you will, was very different. But all in all, I think we just wanted to go meet other like-minded artists, you know, and see, of course, Mary's studio. So, and I still have my piece. Do you, Anne, do you still have your dollhouse? So fun, right? We made dollhouses out of cardboard, believe it or not. It sounds crazy, but it was ended up being really, really fun. And I am using, for those of you who maybe aren't sure, I am using my Daniel Smith watercolor sticks. Okay. They are professional grade watercolor. And they, you know, really go on like a watercolor. Well, because they are. They're just in a solid stick form, okay? And remember, you can go in and do, do little things if you want to. Meaning you can add, more color, add little details. I don't know. Now I might just be getting carried away, so let me just clean that off. And you can go in if you want to, if you get little areas that you think you messed up and clean up, clean it off and reapply your color. I'm not going to worry about it that much. Just going to hope for the best. All right, if you feel like you might want to give it another little spritz, you can. Okay, I feel like I might want to just give it a little bit, but I don't want it super wet. Can you see it kind of shining in the light? Just the lightest little mist. Pretty easy to line back up. Oh, thank you, Maureen. Oh, nice. Yes, it was. I still have all the pictures and stuff too. Maybe I'll share those if anybody wants to join in the after party. And I don't know. We're about to finish up. We're going to do the numbers game, and then everybody's invited over to the Zoom. If you would love to come over, we're just going to hang out. I'll show you, another couple little fun things. And Anne, I don't know if you're able to come, but if you'd love to join us for the Zoom, maybe people could meet you and chat with you and ask and see you. But I know we didn't really talk about it, so I definitely don't want to put you on the spot. If you can't, I completely understand. So there is my layer, okay? I did a transfer color pretty well. And now I would just go in with my brush. And of course, if you wanted to pull in still a little more color, straight from your, oops, I'm dropping stuff. Hold on. Straight from your palette, of course, you still can, right? If you feel like anything needs to, I don't know, just have a little more oomph to it, you can. If you want to sort of just squish out some of those little striations that happened, you can do that. And just, now at this point, you're just going to treat it like a watercolor, right? Right now I'm just getting water on my brush just to sort of mush it a little bit and get rid of some of the maybe little imperfections that I don't like. I mean, some of them I honestly don't mind, but some of them I don't really like the way that looks, so I will go on with a little bit of color and just add to it. And of course, I will say this, like if you just wanted to paint it in straight away, you could, but a lot of times if I, you know, um, do that way, a lot of times I will get such a cool stamping that I might not even need or want to do anything else to it. You know what I mean? So it really depends. And it depends on if you use paint or ink. Maybe you want to use acrylic. That's the beauty, again, about ArtFoamies, is that they really do take so many mediums so well. And they're just so much fun to use with inks, with watercolors, with sticks, with acrylics, layer cakes, the deal, right? So just have fun, and you will kind of, be guided visually on what to do. So super fun. Go ahead and just smoosh it about a little so I can be finished, and we'll call it a makey. We'll start the numbers game so we can finish up and head on over to our after party. I'm going to pull the samples back out again just so you can see them. This is the balance block, positive, negative. And then this is the balance block bits, which I love, okay? Here is a couple of the birds as magnets. And then again, our little Spot Girl Design accordion book with all of her birds and all of her shapes. Super fun. And then, of course, the bounce blocks on the front and back. Anyway, such a fun collection, and that's what we're all about. Also, really versatile and just so happy making because I've been trying to get Anne to do ArtFoamies or stamps for so long. It just really makes my day, and I hope it makes yours too. Anyway, let's go ahead. I do have a number on the back of Anne's sticker here. This is Anne's sticker when you get one of her stamps. This is a sticker you'll get on her packaging. Number 1 through 100, the person closest without going over will win the set of Anne's of your choice. And ready, set, go. Thank you so much. Okay, Lydia 30, Renee 17, Susan 49, Ginger 7, D. Ray 35, Carmen Jones 83, Holly 31, Bobby 54, Sharon 25, Lee 41, Becky 36, Patty McFarlane 44, Evelyn 77, Ellen Bush 24, Bev Gwyn Jones 22, Maureen Wong 21, Sherry 32, Patty's Vintage Shop 11, Sue 70, Pamela Shales 11, Christine Schiaffo 29, Sharon Robinson 16, Jamie 57, Acme Post 14, Christina 77, Estrella 44, Susan Horn 23, Kathy Bernard 45, Orange Spiral 99, Danette 11, Megan Lochner 81, Catherine Guerrero 52, Darlene 58, Susan Horn 23. All right, we'll give it one more minute till 5:06, and then no more numbers after that. Just make sure everybody got their number in. I don't think that I have an on-the-nose number yet, but let me see who's closest. Oh, Karina says 18. Let's see who is closest. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Nobody's very close. Let's see now. Yolanda, oh, let's see. Linda Weber, 46. Yolanda, 54. Okay, no more numbers. Yolanda was the last number at 54. I have to go back and look again because I got to see the closest person. All right. Well, let's see. Gail Foos, 47. And Yolanda was last. So no more after Gail, okay? But the closest person without going over is Darlene Dominguez at 58. Our number was 65. Nobody was very close. I think 58 was the closest. Let me go back through and just make sure. Is anybody closer? I don't see anybody at 60. So I do think 58 is the closest number. So Darlene, you can message me and through email, please, and let me know the set of your choice from Spot Girl Design. Congratulations. All right, let me write your name on here. Thank you so much for playing along. Thank you for coming to ArtFoamies Fun. Yay, okay, I'm going to turn this camera around. I'm going to say goodnight to all of you, unless you're coming over to the after party, which I hope you will. We'll make a couple quick fast cards and have a little chit chat. Just nice to hang out with our arty friends. And again, the link is shared on my Patreon. I will, let's see, I think it's also, I don't know where else it is, to be honest. But hopefully y'all have the link to the Zoom. Come on over. We're going to have a little after party. I'm going to turn the camera around again so I can say goodbye. And thank you all so much. Again, I want to thank Ann Pellegrino from Spot Girl Design for her wonderful images and sharing them with all of us, and for having a great pop-up. I hope you all have a great weekend. I hope you have a great weekend. And you know the deal. Stay safe, stay sane, stay makey. I love you to the moon and back, and I'll see you real soon. See you over in the Zoom if you're coming. Bye, everyone.